Alright, so the next property we're going to build out is Tumblr. Recently there's been some changes at Tumblr where now the internal links or the any outbound link from posts within Tumblr are now redirect links. There's a little bit of loss of SEO power because of that, or SEO juice, but Tumblr is still very powerful. So, and it's powerful especially for YouTube embeds. Okay, so for YouTube networks, it's still very, very useful because you still get the embed on Tumblr. And the links, if you're using this for blog syndication or any sort of other syndication for link building, for example, the links still have SEO value, even though it's a 301 redirect or it's a redirect URL. It still has some SEO value. So do not discount Tumblr. There's been some debates about whether Tumblr is still useful or not. Well, I certainly think it is, and I'm going to continue using Tumblr. So not only that, but you'll see that we can essentially hack a link into the Tumblr HTML for near the site header where like the description area goes, or the blog tagline, and so that we can put a do follow link from Tumblr right from to one of our main properties, which you could, if you're doing blog syndication, you'd obviously link to your main blog or your main website. If you're doing YouTube syndication, you could link to your channel, or you could link to one of your other syndication network properties like Blogger or WordPress.com or something to just pass some extra juice over to one of those other IFTTT syndication properties. So you could choose, you could do whatever you want with that, and I'm going to show you how to set that up when we set up the Tumblr. Now, one word of caution with Tumblr is very trigger happy when it comes to terminating accounts. So you got to be real careful with setting up Tumblr. Make sure you're on a clean IP. Okay, make sure that you haven't used that same IP more than once in 24 hours. You can maybe get away with two accounts in 24 hours with the same IP, but I would just stick with just one, just to be extra careful. Make sure everything's clean, and then when you add seed content, make sure that you're only linking to, there's no outbound links in your content other than maybe a link to the original content source, which you need for attribution anyways. But I highly recommend that you just link to another Tumblr article within Tumblr, because that way it's an internal link instead of an external link, and you'll get, most likely, that's how we have found it. Tumblr sites do not get terminated, and you have to let Tumblr sites sit for 3 or 4 or 5 days before actually automating any post to them. Okay, so just keep that in mind, and if you do everything like what we show you, you shouldn't have a problem. But let's go over here and jump into Tumblr. Let me close some of these tabs down. I got way too many tabs open now. So tumblr.com, and we're going to get started, and we're just going to go grab the details from our spreadsheet. And if you do something where you end up getting your Tumblr account terminated, a lot of the times you can contact Tumblr support and say to them, and that's why it's very important to do the seed post. Let's see, username. That's why it's very important to do the seed post with no outbound links. And what I recommend, all you do is add a link to another Tumblr blog post, another article on Tumblr, so that it's an internal link and no external links at all. And then if Tumblr terminates your account, you contact support and just you don't syndicate any content to it for a few days, because if Tumblr's going to terminate your account, they'll usually do it very shortly after you've created the account. So if you wait 3, 4, 5 days and go back and check, and your account has been suspended or terminated, you can contact support and say, my brand new Tumblr account was terminated. Can you please tell me why? Or can you please reinstate it? You could even ask directly for it to be reinstated, and they will oftentimes reply to you and say, yes, it has been reinstated. It's that's just a normal process, really. So most of the time, about probably 9 out of 10 times, as long as you follow our training and just put in a post to another Tumblr blog as your seed post, and you let it sit for a few days, then if it gets terminated, again, 9 times out of 10, they will reinstate it, and they'll say it was a glitch in their system, and that way you get it back. Okay, so that's just one thing that I recommend with Tumblr. You just be a little bit patient, and that's part of the process, really. how old are you? This guy's what, 48? Let's say 48. Storefront. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so stuff that we're into. If you want to go through this, you can. Sometimes you can skip over this by just going right into your verification email and just clicking the verify link. But like I said, it doesn't hurt to go through some of these steps to make it look more real, so that, you know, my thought process is, if you can go straight to the verification link in the email and click it, and then it bypasses all this stuff, then it kind of removes that human element of it removes the process that most people would go through. So it looks more automated, right? And so that could throw up some red flags as well. That's why I recommend you just take the time to go through and just click on a couple of these things like it's asking us to, just to kind of fill out the profile a little bit more. Taylor Swift, I'll click on that. Okay, say next. Okay, cool. So from here, now, as many times as I've been in Tumblr, I still have to fumble my way around inside the Tumblr dashboard. It's not very intuitive. So this video you'll probably see, like, honestly, I've been using Tumblr for years, but I still have to fumble my way through here to find out where to go to, like, edit the sites and stuff like that. It's not very intuitive, okay? So just bear with me while I kind of feel my way around here. You'll see that this is going to be the blog here. There's a few things that you can do, like if we go over to settings, let's see, sometimes you can set up like post via email and things like that. It looks like I don't really need to worry about any of that, because we used to, in the first version, we would actually work on, you could set up post via email, would be like a different recipe. We don't need to do that anymore. In fact, we don't even really use that recipe at all anymore. So any of you that were in the first IFTTT SEO Academy, you'll see that some of these have changed. So we're just going to go through a couple of these settings real quick to see if there's anything that needs to be updated. Notifications. I want to turn off Tumblr News. I really don't want Tumblr News filling up my email. Things that I've connected, those are apps. Don't have any apps connected. Okay, cool. So let's go click on the blog button. And this is going to bring up so guys, just so you know how to get there. If you click on this, the little icon up here, profile icon thing, and you go to settings, then right here is where you can you just click on your blog here, and then this will bring up the edit appearance screen, okay? And this is where you can change the username if you wanted to. I wouldn't recommend changing the username. You can edit the appearance here. We'll do that in just a second. And let's see. Oh, look at that. You can actually have a queue now. That's kind of cool. This is the post via email feature. We use that only as a backup recipe if for some reason using RSS posting doesn't work, but I don't recommend it, because when you post via email, it strips links out unless they're naked URLs anyways, so we just don't even use it anymore. You can change the time zone. I'm not logged into my proxy. I could have used a West Coast proxy, and you know, I'm not worried. I don't build very many accounts on my own IP anymore, because I have VAs, virtual assistants, that do it for me. So I knew my IP was clean, and that's why I'm just using my main IP. But if I was using a proxy and I wanted to, I could do a West Coast, because this guy's supposedly living in California, right? But I'm just going to leave it. This really is unimportant, just so you know. Allow this blog to appear in search results. You want to make sure that that's there. All right, so for next thing we're going to do is just click on Edit Appearance. And we want to click on, this is where we can change the title and then add the profile photo. And we can actually change the Tumblr theme too. But what I'll do is I'm just going to call this one Get It Done. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Where'd that come from? Show title. That's what I want to do. Okay, here's the description. So this is where we would put something like business and marketing training. I can't remember what we put for the WordPress blog. Let's go take a look at it. Business and marketing blog, that's what it was. Now, this is what I was talking about. Let me go ahead and click save for a minute. Let's change these, go ahead and change these images here. And then where it says edit theme, that's where we can start modifying the theme and stuff. And this is where we can add like the hack, we can hack a link into the description area and all that. And I'm going to show you how to do that in just a minute. All I'm going to do is change the profile photo here, because if we change the theme type, which we may, then this header up here is going to not, it's not going to matter anyway. So we don't need to put a header in here if we're going to change the theme. So I'm going to click on this button. And by the way, I kind of like changing the theme so that, again, it's not just the default Tumblr theme. Although I kind of like the default Tumblr theme. The only reason why I want to change it is just to show more activity in the dashboard, so it doesn't look like a bot created the account. All right, so let me go find the profile photo. All right, here it is. So now we've opened it up. And we'll switch it up. That shouldn't matter once we change the profile theme anyways. I'm going to click save. Okay, so the next thing, if we come over here and click on edit theme, and now it's telling me before I can get that far into it, we need to verify our email address, which we should have done already by now anyways. So let's go back over here and click on this, check the inbox, refresh. Underneath social, it went to the social tab, verify your email address, click on that. Now it says that I have, everything's okay. So I'm going to scroll over here and just actually close this window and go back to the one that's been verified now, and click on this bust icon, go to the blog, edit appearance, click on that, and then I want to go to edit theme. Alright, so here's where we can actually change the theme, and right here in this description area is where we can hack the link in that's a do follow link from Tumblr, or excuse me, from Tumblr to wherever we want it to be, and we can have it an anchor text link. Okay, so for example, I could call this the Get It Done Business and Marketing blog. Like I could use that, it could be a naked URL if you want it, or I could actually turn that into the anchor text, or use any other anchor text that I wanted to. So for example, let's say that I wanted to make let's see, I could either link this to like my Blogger blog or my WordPress blog, or if I had a main website that I was going to link to, I could link this to my main website, or again, it could be any anchor text we want, guys. I'm just saying this, using this as an example. Or I could link this to the YouTube channel. And where would I want to link it to the YouTube channel? Well, most likely the About page, because the About page is where there's going to be links to all of my other profiles, right? So, in fact, why don't we go ahead and do that? We'll use this as an example for our YouTube. So I'm going to go grab the YouTube URL right here. And what I want to do is make sure that I'm grabbing the About page. So actually, let's just go over here, go to Creator Studio, go to View Channel. In fact, we'll open that up and go to the About page right there. And although that's not complete yet, we will complete it, and there will be links up here, and then there will be a description here with some keywords and such, and then there will be a whole bunch of additional links over here where we link out to everything else. So for right now, I'm just going to grab the About page from my, and I'm surprised that still hasn't updated yet, but I'm going to grab the About page URL and come back over here to Tumblr and watch this. We're going to say ahref equals colon, or excuse me, quote, put the URL in, end quote, and there we go. And I'm going to say business and marketing advice, I don't know, something like that, whatever we want the keyword to be in this case. But you see that now, guys, that's a do follow link now that links, if you see it down in the bottom left corner, that actually links to the YouTube About channel, so, or the About page. So you could do that for any sort of link. I don't recommend that you spam this with a bunch of stuff. I would say just put one link in there if you're going to do it. So just select which one is the most important. Again, if you're doing this for blog syndication, you're going to want to link to your main website. There's no question. But if you're doing it for YouTube syndication, you can link to your YouTube channel, or you could link to any one of your other properties within your IFTTT network, right? So you could link to your Blogger blog, your WordPress blog, anything that you wanted to. All right, so I just wanted to point that out. Now, if I want to change the themes, and let's go ahead and save this for right now. If I want to change the themes, I can go over here to Browse Themes and just find one that I want to change it to. So let's just see if we can find something in here. This thing's really slow at scrolling for some reason. I do like this theme though, but I'm just going to change it anyways. Let's go with this one. Seems like it's having trouble. And I don't like how that looks, but we still get our link there. Let's say use and see if it changes a bit. Well, we'll just call, I guess leave the title as that. I don't know, maybe we'll change the themes because that one just seems really crowded. I don't like that. I don't remember it being that crowded before. We don't want paid themes. Let's try this one. Tumblr seems to be having issues today. Alright, let's use that one. And we'll come back here and try this again. Okay, and there's our link. Guys, if you want to put a bio in here, like a full description of the blog, you can. You still only need one. Like the link can be whatever. Like, so for example, I could say blog about business and marketing advice, something like that, right? So you can see that this is still the only part that's clickable, right? That's the anchor text. Blog about business and marketing. So we could actually just get rid of the advice part and just do business and marketing, right? Something like that. That's all we need to do. And that's a do follow link. So very powerful. Now the other thing we can is we can add in some of our other properties here that we want. So these are our other links. If we want, we can add our Twitter username, which we haven't created yet. We can come back and add in the custom links with and give them their own anchor text. I do believe that I'm not 100% sure because Tumblr just changed their you know, they just updated to doing the kind of redirect link thing within the last few weeks. So I'm not 100% sure, but I think if you add links in over here now, custom links, that they're going to be the redirect type links. The only one that's a do follow link without the redirect is the one that we put into this description area, as far as I know. I could be wrong. When we come back to actually update this and add the links, they might actually be links over. I'm assuming that they're going to be redirect links, but we're going to find out. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and click save for now. And the next thing we're going to do is actually add a post. So let's go ahead and exit the theme editor. And I don't know why this is showing like this, because we had already exited it. And I want to go view the blog now. So let's take a look at this right here. If we click on that, open link in new tab, we should see it. Okay, here we go. So this is what we're looking at here. Okay, we got that. Double check the link. You guys see how it's not a redirect URL? That's awesome. Okay, so that means we got that do follow link over there. Now the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and add a post. So if we come up here, let's go to posts right here. And we want to add a text post. And now we're going to go find one. So we're going to go back over to Google. And we're going to search in URL tumblr.com. And we'll say business marketing, that's fine. Here we go. This looks like this might actually right here. Let's go click on this one. All right, we found one. Once upon a time. Here we go. Copy this. Once upon a time. Now we're going to go ahead and copy this text. I'm going to post this into a notepad file just like I've showed you guys before. Copy. Okay. Now I'm going to put the link in, which is going to say, not this, it's going to be this one. So it's going to say once upon a time. So I'm going to say source. Highlight that. We're going to add the link. Paste it in, click done, and for tags we're just going to say business. That's good enough. Okay, we're going to go ahead and click post. Now if we go view the blog, which we can just hover over this right here and click open link in new tab, and there we have it, once upon a time, and the only link right here is a link to another Tumblr post, and you'll see it's not a redirect because it's an internal link, which is why we do this, right? So that's it. We're going to leave this blog just like it is. The last thing we're going to do is copy the URL. We're going to go back over to our spreadsheet, paste it in, and add our details, which should be the exact same here. We're just going to drag it down another row. Okay, and then we can go over to serpspace.com and add our next domain. So we can add the domain here, and then the RSS feed, which should be just /RSS. But if we want to, we can scroll down and we should see, oftentimes there is, here it is, subscribe, RSS. If you look down in the bottom right corner, you'll see it's just the domain, the Tumblr domain /RSS. But I can right click, copy link location, come back over to SerpSpace, paste this in, click add domain. It looks like I'm going to have to sign back in. I was logged out for too long. And then in the Tumblr row over here, we're going to paste this in as well. So I'm going to click paste values only. Let me pause while I get logged in to SerpSpace. Alright, so I got to add this again since I just logged back in. And I'll paste this back up here and just get rid of RSS. Click add domain. And there we have, now we've got Tumblr added inside our SerpSpace account as well. So that's it for Tumblr. It was a little bit difficult finding content for it, but not a problem. We got it done. So that's it for Tumblr, and we'll see you in the next video.